All right, let's talk about something that drives pretty much every parent a little bit crazy. The constant daily struggle to get our kids to just listen. You know the feeling, right? Like your voice has just become part of the background noise in your own home. Well, we're about to get into exactly why that's happening, and more importantly, how we can fix it.
I mean, does this sound familiar? Time to put your shoes on. Honey, shoes please. We are going to be late. Put your shoes on. I am not asking you again. Ugh, it is absolutely exhausting, isn't it? If you feel like you're stuck on repeat, trust me, you are not alone. But here's the crazy part. What if I told you that all of that repeating, all of those warnings, are actually making the problem worse? It sounds completely backwards, I know, but the science of how our brains filter out information shows we might be accidentally training our kids to tune us out. So yeah, this whole cycle has a name. We can call it the repetition trap. And to really get why this super common parenting strategy just fails, we've got to look at what's going on inside your kid's brain when they hear clean your room for the 10th time that day. And this right here is a huge mindset shift. Because what feels like defiance, what feels like your kid is just being naughty, is often not that at all. It's actually a predictable pattern that our brains follow when they get overloaded with the same old message again and again. The core concept here is something called learned deafness. Now, think about it for a second. You probably don't notice the hum of your refrigerator or the traffic outside your window, right? Your brain just filters it out. Well, that's exactly what your child's brain learns to do with your repeated requests. Your voice, in those moments, literally becomes background noise. So how in the world does this even happen? Well, it starts when your instructions just lose their punch. The brain learns pretty quickly there's no real reason to act on the first, second, or maybe even the fifth request. They subconsciously learn to wait for the real signal. You know the one, when our voice gets tight and our volume goes up. That becomes the actual cue to listen. Everything before it, it's just stressful noise. Okay, so that's the problem, and it's a big one. But the good news is, once you see the trap, you can climb right out of it. The solution is actually a really simple but powerful framework built on three key ideas. We'll call them the three C's. And this approach can totally change the dynamic in your home.
Just look at the difference here. It's like two different worlds. On the left, you've got the repetition trap. It's a storm of warnings. Your voice gets louder, stress goes through the roof, and you don't always follow through. But then look at the right, the new way. Fewer words, a calm voice, a real connection, and you are rock solid with your follow through. You can just feel the difference in energy, can't you? This quote just nails it. Healthy authority is not about volume or warning frequency. It is about clarity, connection, and consistency. I mean, think about that. Real leadership in your family isn't about being the loudest person in the room. It's about being the most reliable. When your kids know what to expect from you, they actually feel safer, and that feeling of security is what builds real cooperation. So how do we actually do this? First, clarity. No more long speeches, just short, simple directions. Shoes on, please. That's it. Second, connection. This one's a game changer. Get down on their level, make some gentle eye contact. It sends a powerful message. This is important. And third, the part you can't skip, consistency. You have to follow through. The first time, every single time. This is how you literally rewire that learned deafness and teach their brain that your words have meaning right from the start. And the result when you make this change, it's huge. You're no longer stuck in this cycle of nagging and warning and threatening. Instead, you're actually building a relationship that's based on real connection and mutual respect. And the benefits are so much bigger than just getting shoes on. I mean, of course, listening gets way better. But look what else happens. Family tension goes way down. And most importantly, the actual strength of your relationship gets a major boost. And that, right there, is the real prize. You know, when you really get down to it, this whole shift changes the goal completely. When you stop repeating and you start connecting, you're not just trying to get obedience. You are teaching your child how to listen, how to respond, and how to take responsibility for their own actions. That's a life skill that's going to matter a whole lot more than just getting out the door on time. So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a really simple place to start. You don't have to change everything all at once. Just think about one of those broken record moments that happens in your day. What's one conversation, just one single instruction that you can change today by swapping out that old repetition for some clarity, connection, and consistency?